Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I am giving us a throwback episode from the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast with Amanda Hirsh featuring Lala Kent. Now this episode is from December 21st, 2021. So it is a bit of a throwback like I said, and we are going to learn some things that we didn't know about Lala and also discuss things that have changed since this podcast. So let's get into it.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. Lala Kent is here.
We made it happen.
And in person.
That's
so much better. And it's Jessica.
Jessica's the GOAT. She gets everything done. She's the best thing that's happened to me since Ocean.
And we saw her on the last episode of Vanderpump.
Yes.
And we were just talking about it before we started that the fucking other girls. And if you're listening right now, come prepared to your next interview.
I thought that they were joking. Yeah. I'm fucking Lala. Do you know where you are? Do you know what we're doing? We're on Vanderpump Rules. This is give them Lala, basically. Like, that's where you are.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know who I am, pretend.
Yeah. If you're going to go to like a interview at like a financial advisor place and they're like, have you heard of, you know, Michael Schwartz and Nick? I'll be like, yeah. Are you kidding me? I've always wanted to work here.
Well.
And their finances are so good. So like we're talking Lala, household name.
I like to pretend so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love, first of all, you are. And Lala is a name that allows you to own it. It's like a Cher, like a Madonna.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Lala Anthony, but
Right.
I mean, Lala is not a common nickname.
Yeah.
You know? I would say it's me and Lala Anthony.
Yeah.
She's way cooler,
No.
but I'm
she's
just
cool. She's
honored to share the same name.
Did you ever talk to her about it? Were you ever like...
She's always been really sweet to me.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't think we ever talked about our names. I think I just
So
talked
no one
about
calls
her great
you
ass.
Lauren.
When people try to be dicks, they're like, Lauren from Utah.
That's what I was
They
going to
love
say.
to
It's the
do
whole
that.
sentence. It's like, well, Lauren from Utah.
And it's like, bitch, you know I'm from Utah because I've worn that with pride since I stepped onto Vanderpump. Second of all, I didn't change my name because I wanted to be quote unquote gangster. It's because you're saying it incorrectly.
What do you mean?
It's not Lauren, it's Lauren.
Oh.
If I was calling you Amanda, you'd
Yeah.
be like, just call me something
Wait,
different.
so how did Lala start?
It started when I was just a young kid and everybody was calling me, you know, the neighborhood kids, my little friends. It just was a nickname. It was always Lala, and it stuck because when I moved out to LA, my best friend from childhood would introduce me to everybody as Lala. So no one knew me as Lauren anymore. I didn't even start that. It was just like, I'm coming to this party with my friend Lala. She just moved here. And all of a sudden that was just my name.
It's so good. And I
Thank
love when
you.
people call you La.
La.
What if people call you La too quickly? Well, what if I was like, hey, La? Would that be weird?
No, that's when I know that we're real close.
Lala, this has been such a fucking... By the way, everyone, she's here in person. She looks amazing.
You're so
You look
nice.
gorgeous.
Thank
and
you.
I feel like people... Like, I don't know if you have seen my recaps of the show this season, but like people may think that I'm like favoring you a little bit. Like every scene I'm like, Lala looks... First of all, why do you look so... You're always gorgeous, but this season it's like extra.
Thank you for saying that. I actually need your favoritism this season because I felt like I was coming into this season as like this brand new woman. Like once I gave birth, I just felt like a softer version. And then when, you know, we're filming and I'm, you know, calling people out, I felt like it was a different Lala. I was not clapping back. I felt I was very different.
I'm having
this
like
season.
flashbacks of her being like, ah!
Yes, right? Like Bambi-eyed bitch, Michael Vick fighting dogs. Like, who was that person?
So you don't feel like that person at all? I still see it in you though.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah?
Yes.
But
if
the
you
thing
fuck
with
around,
you,
that person will come out. But I don't feel like I displayed that this season. Do you? Or am I making that up in my head?
So before she gets into what she thinks, I feel like Lala came into last season drawing the line and being kind of protective. She drew the line with Schwartz saying it's either pick a ball with Randall or me, and she was very clear and direct. Now, when I say she was protective, She heard and saw different things her friends or even new friends were going through, and she wanted to make sure that they knew they were fabulous and that they didn't need to deal with any bullshit. For example, with Allie, James's girlfriend. She heard about him supposedly going after a show and losing his cool, and saw how he was reacting with the whole situation, and she was truly worried. I think she didn't have all the details of the situation, and I think she just wanted her to know that she was gorgeous and smart, and that from what she saw, she just wanted to make sure Allie knew that. And that she didn't have to deal with any kind of abuse, which I'm not saying James is abusive at all. And as we saw at the reunion, she did admit to not knowing all the details of what had gone down, that she was wrongly labeling James in that way, and that she was just being overprotective. She had just gone through hell with her own life, and now she has a daughter involved, and she even said she was hypersensitive, and she just doesn't want to see anyone go through what she went through. What do you guys think of Lala on season 10? Let me know down below in the comments, and let's see what Amanda has to say about Lala.
We'll talk about it. So I think you have a way, which is God-given, because it's not something, so people don't try to work on it and get this skill, because either you have it or you don't, where you can do things and it's okay when you do them. Do you know?
Okay.
Like if someone else did it, I would be like, that's so annoying. Maybe I would be like, that's so annoying. Why is she going up to literally Brock and literally telling him like it's none of her business? But when you do it, it's not annoying, and then you cry and it's cute. So you're like, and she's crying. Can I just tell you, when that whole Brock and Sheena thing happened, I mostly, and I don't know if I posted this because Sheena follows me and maybe I didn't want to stir shit up, but it's like, I was like, or maybe I asked Katie, I don't remember, because I needed to know. I was like, does Lala really care about Sheena that much? Like, you were crying. So let's go back to the beginning of the season. You were crying over your friendship with Sheena, and I was shocked because I didn't know that you cared about her so much.
Which part? Was it crying after she did the podcast? Or
no,
was
it
I
was
crying about
that you didn't get to experience your pregnancies together?
You know, I look back on that time, and you know, it was a group of us that were pregnant at the same time. And I just felt like there was so much heaviness that was brought into those moments where Sheena and I, you know, we've been doing this for a long time together. And even though she may not be like my best friend from childhood, she's still a dear friend to me. And we were pregnant at the same time. We will never have that ever again. So that triggered me. I felt something with that. It was like, why did we bring the bullshit into a time where we were having babies?
Yeah, because it's such a beautiful thing.
It's such a beautiful thing.
And looking back at it together, they both regret being upset with each other, and they can't have those moments back. But they also know now to not let those minor issues ruin such a beautiful friendship, especially now that they're little girls who also love and adore each other. And now they're neighbors too. That's amazing. I see what Lala is trying to say here. Do you?
But okay, so that makes sense. Do you think you were maybe hormonal a little bit too? Because like you just had a baby.
No, I think it was a combination of things. I think I was angry at her that she opened the door with that podcast that she did, saying I wasn't there for her during her miscarriage. I felt like if that upset her that much, she should have picked up the phone and called me.
Yeah,
it's a big statement to make, saying someone wasn't there for you when you miscarried.
Yeah, well, more specifically, she literally said she asked you to come over, but you literally like, no, going to dinner with MGK and Megan Fox, which is very like, it's not me. Like, it would show that your character is like preferring of celebs or whatever.
Right, which I really don't give a fuck about, to be quite honest.
No, I know. And then it was funny because you had a really funny moment that I laughed at, where you were talking about the Rand's premiere that MGK didn't show up to, which I was all over that shit.
Yeah,
I was
noticed.
spinning. I was like, because I thought it was just fucked up. It doesn't matter. It's just I thought it was fucked up. And you said too, I think it was on Watch What Happens Live, you were like, they wanted to be with like Kravis, not with Lala Kent. And that moment just like, I think that's why it works with you, is like you could be like a little hot-headed, a little like overstepping, but then you'll bring in the realness of like, you know, who am I?
I've always been hot-headed.
Yeah.
Since the time I lived in Utah, I've always been someone with a quick, sharp tongue. I've always had a short fuse. I've always had very little patience for the bullshit. That's just how I've been from the beginning of time. I know exactly where I come from. No one needs to tell me that I'm Lauren from Utah. I got that.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah. Why are you dissing Utah too?
Right? Fuck off.
Yeah. What did you say? You were from LA? Like, is that cooler?
I don't know. I'm
it?
from the town of the Mormons.
Yeah.
So I have morals without the Mormonism.
That's definitely
That's what I like to think.
Definitely not the Mormonism.
No, I don't have the Mormonism.
Okay, so when you started going at Brock, which is, I mean, you were saying what everyone was thinking, and that's another
thought I
thing.
was.
That's another thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like why we appreciate it, because if it was just an elephant in the room and everyone was talking about it behind their backs and talking shit, it would be like, but you confronted him about. Was that not awkward for you to be like, hey, why are you a deadbeat dad?
No, I was confused. I was very confused. It's like, it's one thing to say I haven't seen my kid in 4 years because they live somewhere else. But when you say you haven't seen, spoken, FaceTime, nothing, zero communication in 4 years, I got questions. Why?
Yeah.
Because you now have a baby with my friend. That's a concern for me. Is it my business? Probably not, but I'm concerned and I'm going to make it my business now. Just because I want to.
Because, yeah, but.
Because I want to.
And this is where we see her being protective. And as we know, she sees how great of a dad Brock is. She sees how great he is just with her own daughter. And she has a better understanding of a very complicated situation. I think it was just such a real and beautiful moment when they all sat down, her, Sheena, and Brock, and she apologized for saying what she said without having more information and not at the time getting to know who Brock was. And you can see how grateful she is to have both of them in her life, and that the whole confronting him was a real hard thing for her now, and she is remorseful. I personally cried with them when they were having that conversation this last season, and just how much she cherishes both of their friendship and love. That is a true friendship right there.
What would you say to someone who said, okay, but what if someone did that to you?
I wish they fucking would have.
Really?
I wish that somebody would have come to me and said, I'm getting DMs about your person. No one voiced any concern for me and my relationship.
Do you think anyone knew and didn't say something?
They had to have, because a couple episodes ago,
Sandoval
James
said.
and Sandoval both expressed that they knew things. And as time passes, I have a lot of people that are telling me things. And it's like, you know, everyone wants to say it's not your business. How would you feel? I would give everything to turn back the clock and have someone tell me something.
Lala, don't cry. Lala, you know now, look, and listen to this. You had baby Ocean.
I know.
And if you knew sooner, maybe you wouldn't you have to think about it like that. Like, whatever happens, like, you had baby Ocean and you wouldn't want to not have her.
No, that's
And imagine
totally
you knew
true.
before and you broke up with Rand, you wouldn't have her. You would have another baby. Maybe that baby would have sucked and it wouldn't be baby Ocean, okay? So whatever you went through for a reason.
That's what I have to tell myself every single day.
Yeah.
But it's such a mind fuck, Amanda. I have to understand how the worst thing to ever happen or come into my life, how did they give me the best thing to ever happen in my life? It is such a mind fuck.
It's a complete mind fuck, but in time, those wounds will heal, and she will never regret all that she went through just for the pure joy of having Ocean in her life. I get this, though, in other ways. I've been completely hurt and fucked over and then trampled on, lies spread. This person did hate streams on me, and when people say to me, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, I say to them, thank you. I appreciate that so much. But I'm okay. And it happened for a reason. And that reason, through it all, has made me stronger, more aware. And I would never wish it upon anybody. But I never will regret it because I have met my best friends from situations and things like that, and so many great people. And if that never happened, I would never have met them. It really is a mind fuck, and the pain is so real, and time will help, and remembering the gifts and strengths that come from it will be what counts. And if you would like to get to know me better and hear more of my own story, please don't forget to subscribe, because I am going to be doing more lives where you can get to know me and I can get to know you all.
Because maybe people have more than one side. Maybe he has a side that was loving you, a good father, but he has this dark side that's gross and disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you saw the good side. He didn't show you the bad side. Maybe people aren't all like one thing. You know what I mean? You saw the good in him. You saw a lot of good. You, like, looking back, I know it probably feels this way to you because it does to me, is like you kept uplifting him, which is so probably weird to look back at, is like every situation with like Schwartz and Katie or Sheena and Brock, you were like, well, Rand is this kind of a dad, and you know, and he would stand up for me. So you were like blinded, like you saw the good, like you thought you gave him as the example of what a good man is, because that's what you genuinely thought. And you, Lala fucking Kent, who has a big mouth, who knows her fucking shit, so either you were blinded by love, do you think, or do you think he's really good at manipulating?
I think my head was completely in the sand. I think I ignored a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have, but I think I ignored them because he's good at what he does.
It's so wild to me. I know so many women probably think this, and we've seen it with, you know, actors like Hugh Grant, Elizabeth Hurley, who cheated with like a prostitute. But it's like no one can even think. Do you think it's also your self-confidence? Like, why the fuck would you do that to me? Like, to me?
I mean, I would have put millions upon millions of dollars on him never creeping around on me.
Yeah. Like, why would you need to?
I mean, I never would have thought in a million years. And everyone around me is blindsided as well.
Yeah.
Like how these people that are coming and talking and showing us everything.
Yeah.
Did we never see it? Did we never question? I mean, I have conversations daily with people in my circle where it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. How does he explain it? I fucked up?
We don't communicate.
But you know what else I loved? How you handled it is like, which, no disrespect to any woman that stays and wants to work in the relationship, go to therapy. I applaud that. My ego is just way bigger than yours. And even though it's probably scary to walk out, like it looked like from the outside, like you were just like, you heard it, bye, like I'm done.
Yeah, I think it's one thing where if your dude has a slip up and is doing, you know, he fucked someone.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing. I wouldn't forgive that, but I could see how women could say, let's go to therapy and work through this. That was not my situation. That was not it at all. I feel my situation is very, very dark and nothing that I represent in any capacity. So for me, when those pictures came out that Girl Gang showed, it's so crazy to me because I got a pit in my stomach. And I've always said, when that pit comes, I know something's wrong. I saw those pictures and I just knew I'm going to do what I need to do to exit this relationship.
How good that you weren't married, Lala. How fucking great that you weren't married yet.
I thank God and my dad daily that I never married him.
Babe, glass half full shit. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, you have to worry about the baby, but we tackled that. Baby, amazing thing to have happen.
Yeah.
Marriage would have fucked shit up.
Oh my God. I just the thought of it sends me into a panic if I would have gotten married.
Wow.
Oh my God.
You're like, good thing COVID happened. Thank God for that.
Like the silver lining for me is that. Yes.
So that's what I wanted to ask you about. The pictures came out. I don't know. I didn't repost any of that because I felt like it was, not respectful to you. And until something is, comes out of your mouth, I'm not going to talk about it. But how did you feel about people posting it? Were you pissed or were you kind of like, yeah, show the world what a piece of shit he is?
I think what's done in the dark will always come to the light. I protected him. I don't know if you watched season 5. I made up that I was dating an athlete. I made up all kinds of shit to protect this person, thinking that I was being protected in return. If you choose to go out and do whatever it is that you did that night, and you have pictures that are, I can't help you. I'm not embarrassed by
You're
this.
not embarrassed. Mm-hmm.
I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He should be
so
embarrassed.
many women would be. Do you know what I mean? So many women would have wanted that shit under the fucking rug.
Hell no.
But you didn't.
I'm fucking Lala Kent, dude.
I'm Roy Kent. Oh my God, Roy Kent. And did you watch Ted Lasso?
No, who is that?
Oh, you have to watch it.
Did I sound like I said Roy Kent?
No, but there's a character, Roy Kent, that his thing in the show is saying, I'm Roy fucking Kent.
That's amazing. Now I have to watch it.
First of all, yes. And you're Lala fucking Kent. And that's what you should feel every day. You look in the mirror and you say that to yourself and you have to believe that, like, what you just said, like, that doesn't affect who you are.
No.
What he did.
No. And do I, it's not even that I sit there and go, I wish the pictures wouldn't have been posted, or I wish that the pictures were posted. If people want to post, I have zero control over people's pages. Do your thing. I'm not embarrassed. Do your thing. You want to post him out doing whatever the fuck he's doing? Not my issue.
Lala, this is the first time you've ever been kind of like open about your life, which is really interesting because this is like, you've always been really private.
Well, the aspect I feel.
Yeah.
I feel the control is gone.
When you look into my eyes, I can't with you.
What do you mean?
You're so powerful.
Thank you.
You have like a lot of power.
Thank you.
You need to feel that. You
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? And know that.
I need to remember it.
You need to remember it because it's hard, but you got this, mama. You know,
Thank
those
you.
like moms always say to moms, like, you got this, mama. And I was like, it's kind of cringy, but it's also true. You got this. Like we talked about it before we started. Like you fucking had her ocean in your belly. You gave birth to her. You breastfeed her. You take care of her. Like you got this. And again, I really do believe that, like, would you rather be in this situation? Would you rather stay with this person or know the truth and move on?
Oh, I want the truth. There's so many people on my cast that said we weren't allowed to talk about your relationship. And there were parts of my relationship that you weren't allowed to talk about. Mm-hmm. You weren't allowed to talk about his ex. You weren't allowed to talk about his kids. I have zero control over that. That's something that he and his family worked out. But when it comes to someone fucking around on me, you let me know.
Yeah.
My relationship is not off limits.
Yeah.
His prior relationship is
you.
off limits. Mm-hmm. I have no control over that.
I feel like maybe people are scared of you, Lala. Do you know?
I don't get that.
I feel like you're intimidating. I feel like maybe they were scared that if they tell you, you would like bite their heads off and like protect him.
Oh, no.
No, for sure.
If you were to present me with the things that I've seen.
Yeah.
Look what happened. It was presented to me. Look what happened.
Right. Are you mad at certain people for not like, have you shut those people out, or if
I'm in a weird place right now. I'm very isolated. I'm very I really just want to be around my mom, my kid, my amazing assistant, just anybody who's going to kind of just like keep me incubated, you know, because I'm in fight and flight mode daily, and it's not for me, it's for Ocean. She's my only concern and my only priority. So I don't really have time to sit here and think about who didn't share things and why they didn't. It's like that ship has sailed. I just want to be around people who are going to really baby me and not make me defend myself. I just need to be babied.
How's your anxiety?
It's manageable.
Good.
You know, I've been sober for over 3 years.
Amazing.
I'm very strong in my sobriety. I'm proud of it. I feel like each day that goes by, you know, I deal with my days head on in my right frame of mind. So my anxiety goes up and down depending on what I find out that day.
Yeah. But you're feeling good. Like you look like you're, you know, when I think about anxiety, it's like that debilitating shit,
Right,
which
right,
you had.
right.
We've seen you on the show
Yeah.
having those moments before.
And
like,
I attribute that to my alcoholism. Because since I gave up alcohol, and I don't recommend anybody do this, I think talk to your doctor before you just start tweaking your, you know, meds.
yeah.
Me personally, once I got sober, I didn't have to be on antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication anymore.
Really?
My life was manageable. And again, I'm not saying go get sober and don't take medication. Talk to your doctor. For me, I didn't need it anymore.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing for Lala that she was able to manage her anxiety better after getting sober and was not having to be on her meds anymore. I think even with her situation, she is doing incredible. And she knows that there are days that are going to be tough, but taking it one day at a time is what she needs to do to manage her mental health her way. I am so happy for her. And even if she was still on her meds, because that's not a bad thing at all. Either way, I would still be happy for her and where she is on her journey. She is doing fabulous. What do you guys think?
Wow. Has it been harder not to drink lately? Or is that you're so...
You would think so.
But no.
Not at all.
Great.
It's like not even a thought in my mind. I go to my meetings. I talk to my sponsor. My little sober sisters have really stepped up to the plate in this moment. That's all I can ask for.
Is your mom in Utah?
No, my mom actually packed up when all of this news broke. She packed a bag for 3 days. That was October 16th. She's been here ever since.
Stop.
Yeah, because she takes care of Ocean when I'm working
Yeah.
during the day. And I work from home, but if I'm doing things like today we're doing your podcast.
So she's with Ocean.
Yeah.
But I thought you have like a day nurse. Or that was at the
That
beginning
was
of the show.
well, no, that was when I was with that person. And you know, that was very necessary for me to have, and I know what it looked like, and it was confusing for me too.
There were moments I noticed yesterday with the editing a little bit, and obviously I'll say this, you don't have to say it, where there was a moment where it made it seem like bougie.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, I want to tell everyone this. I have a baby now, and I used to judge people with nannies and with help and with live-in nannies or a nanny for one kid. All the help. You need all the fucking help.
do.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
I'm hard on myself. Like, I work from home. So I'm also like, how do I take someone? I'm like, home. But like, I really need to self-talk. Like, you need help. Like,
Totally.
a baby is hard. So, but I did notice in the show, the last episode, there was a moment where, I don't know, the editing was trying to make it seem like, you know, you were saying how you're with whatever, and then they were like, oh, hand her off to the day nurse. And
Yes.
there was like a moment.
The show does love me to refer to them as the day nurse and the night nurse. They love those words.
Like you should say their names, meaning?
No, they. I mean, I would normally just say I'm gonna give Ocean to Karen now, or I'm gonna give Ocean to Liv. But they like the day nurse and
Yeah,
the
because
night
it sounds
nurse.
like extra bougie.
You also have to remember the babies are only allowed to be on camera for 20 minutes.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, there's a law.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And once the 20 minutes are up,
So you gotta hand up. You gotta hand her.
Gotta hand her off.
Okay.
And my mom lived in Utah at the time. I would have much rather had my
Your
mom
mom.
taking care of my baby.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, like you need someone. You need your mom. And if not, then you need a night nurse. My mom took a night nurse when my dad, like they didn't have any money, but she didn't have a family. So anyway, it's not as bougie as I feel like the episode made it seem.
Yeah, it seemed very bougie watching it back. And when I was in it, it was like, this is just like my partner.
Yeah.
You know?
She helps
Like
you.
I take a feed, the night nurse takes a feed, you know? So you're not up every 2 hours, which I commend the moms who do that.
Yeah.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. That can't be any more true. Having support is everything. And for the women out there doing it all by themselves, I give you so many props and so much credit. You are killing it and doing amazing. I will say, since this is an older podcast episode and what they are referring to, that it did kind of sound a little bougie that they made her refer to the day nurse and to the night nurse, like, as their nicknames. I love that she has her mom with her now, and she also has her brother there, and he's having so much fun in LA. It must feel amazing to have her family there with her daughter. And before we continue, I just want to say, I had no idea about a law, even in California. I do now want to know, though, if this applies in other states, that they had a thing for that children could only film for 20 minutes. I'm curious now. I'm curious to see age limits, all of that, if other states have this in effect. It's very interesting. And then I'm wondering too if there are other laws in other states, like, can people, like, content creators that have their kids on camera, could they be held to it? Very interesting. I will have to learn a little bit more about this and let you guys know about it.
But I also work. I know it looks like I just sit there and twiddle my thumbs and a camera crew just shows up at my house. No, that is
Why do you
not
think
work.
people think that? Because you said that on the episode yesterday.
So weird.
Why do you think? No, really. Why do you think people think that? No. Why do you think people think that? Because I don't think anyone thinks that, is my point. I feel like it's you're projecting that people think that you don't do shit.
I think I fixate on the 2 comments that are bad, and I don't realize the hundreds upon hundreds of amazing comments that I get daily. Now, there are days where I'm great at that, and I'm like, fuck this little troll.
Yeah.
But I'm also human, and there are days where, even though I sit here and it's like, I don't give a fuck about anything, I kind of give a fuck.
Babe,
when someone
we know
says
you give
something
a fuck.
mean.
Let me tell
I'm
you.
sensitive.
Wait, let me tell you a secret. We know you give a fuck. I feel like that's very, like, I call myself a chihuahua sometimes because it can sound like I'm confident, whatever. But if someone says any, like, I'll cry and go into a corner.
Totally.
So I feel like you're, like, I think we can see through that, and that's why you're likable. If you were just, confrontational and all this, then people wouldn't like you. But I've felt on the web that people are loving you this season, and I feel like, do you feel the support? Because I feel like it's outpouring.
I do.
Yeah.
Beyond.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think about it and kind of cry daily.
Yeah.
Because I think about what I've done in the short period of time that I've been in this sort of spotlight, or, had this platform, for just this outpour of love and support and people sharing their stories, so I feel bonded and connected to them. Like, it's very strange.
Yeah. It sucks that like something bad has to happen for people sometimes to, like, be sweet. Do you get what I mean? Like, sometimes you have that friend that's there for you only when shit really gets dark.
Right.
But like when you're like, I'm engaged, she, like, less gives a fuck. You notice those friends. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it maybe is a little bit of human nature, but I really feel like people are really Team Lala this season. And
Hashtag always been Team Lala. I've been Team Lala since day one. There has always been something about her that you just can't help but love. She's filled with personality. She's guarded, but you can tell she has a sweet, kind heart. She takes no shit from anyone, and she tells it like it is. Lala is kicking ass, and I love to see her shine bright.
And now we're going to move on to Sandoval.
Oh, God.
You had some great one-liners too this
I did.
season. Oh
Tell
my
me.
God, the dick in the mouth about
the dick
shorts.
in the mouth. Yes.
Yeah,
That was good.
that just comes out for you. Like, you just like
sometimes
Yeah.
I don't know where things come from, and they
Yeah.
come out, and I'm like, oh God.
you're
is
like,
that
how does
gonna-
it taste? I'm like, what? And she was like, Sandoval's dick in your mouth. Boom. That was
he
a
just
moment.
like, we were talking about Katie and their relationship, and then he just started going off on this like, let's defend Sandoval, and I was like, the Sandoval dick in your mouth needs to make its exit, and we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Little did I know.
Yeah.
I had no skin in the game of pointing out people's flaws in their relationship.
That is a little like, I don't know if it's foreshadowy or it's something, but that's what I was saying about you. Like, you kept on giving the example of your person being the good, and
I think I was projecting.
Really?
I do.
You feel like your intuition, you felt something.
Yeah. I do. Certain things that I was saying, it was like, thou doth protest too much. And I felt like that's what was, that's the only thing that I can.
When you look back now?
Yeah.
You're like, why did I care? Like, that's what you're talking about? Like, why was I saying that? Why was I so invested?
Well, why was I so invested? I mean, yes, we're filming a television show, but like, I don't have to give a shit. It's not like producers sit there with a gun to my head and say, talk about this.
Yeah, but you want to make a good, like, you're not Christine from Selling Sunset, okay? But, like, no, you're really not.
I don't watch that show.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Jessica does. She'll fill you in.
Okay.
No, because she will say like, I'm being the villain, I'm being the bitch, I'm making the show. That's not your vibe.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. But when you look back, it's like, why did I care so much about Brock? Why did I care about Tom standing up for Katie?
Yeah. I don't know why the fuck I cared so much. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, now looking at the pile of shit I'm kicking it in, it's like, your guys' relationships look awesome.
Yeah.
So where do I sign up for the Katie and Schwartz relationship?
And we can look at this situation now and say maybe she called it for what it truly was. And unfortunately, that relationship didn't turn out like planned. I think Katie is killing it too on her own, and I do hope for Schwartz, even though I know he's already been seen with Sandoval filming season 10, but hey, someone needs to film with him. But I do hope that he has seen what Sandoval has done to hurt him, hurt their friendship, hurt his relationship, and even hurt his business, that maybe Sandoval isn't as great of a friend as he used to be to him, and that he would succeed more in life without him. Though I also know what it means to be a loyal friend with ups and downs and even betrayal, which for me is I don't tolerate kind of bullshit, but I do respect change, growth, and understanding too. I don't think Sandoval, though, still sees how bad he has hurt people, and I wish Schwartz the best in his journey.
You're going to get it. Look at all this midlife shit. Again, we were talking about this before we started the podcast. That's what I look at, is like, look at Kravis. Found each other midlife.
That's true.
You're not even midlife. You're just 30 now, no?
31, yeah.
Okay. Look at Bennifer 2.0.
Love that.
Look at their other couple. Oh, Chelsea Handler and her new comedian boyfriend, Joe Coy.
Aww.
She found love after many, many years, and she keeps shouting it from the rooftop. She's like, it can happen. So I think it sounds crazier that you have any doubt that you're going to be killing it.
Yeah.
In the men's game.
You know what? I think I will find that amazing love of my life. I do feel that. Right now, though, I just want... Like, I want Give Them Lala to be a fucking empire. I want to just, like, that is my baby. That in Ocean. I want to provide her with a beautiful life. That's my priority right now. Finding love is, like, beyond on the back burner. Even finding a good lay is, like, beyond on the back burner.
Oh,
like,
speaking of, you did a Bella Sa vibrator ad.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Great timing.
Good timing. Like, for the ad... for the company.
Yeah.
And obviously you added like a kick in the caption, which I was gonna repost, but I didn't yet. And that was good. That was good. You said it was the best sexual experience you've had in specifically 5 years and 8 months. Boom, post.
I did. Boom, posts. I mean, it's the same thing with Starla. Like I'm like, welcome to my new place. And these brands get like publication pickup.
Yeah.
And they're happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Bam, we did our job. You got me off and you're in People magazine.
And the thing is, like, I feel like people were noticing that you were doing more ads now. And that actually, to me, like, I feel like it was heartwarming.
bills to pay.
Right. So I feel like it was like such a, she's going to do what she has to do now.
Yeah, I mean, I have a place to pay for now. I have a car to pay for. I mean, I think a lot of people think that my life was taken care of when I was with that person.
Yeah.
But let's be very clear. I mean, he put a roof over my head. He provided me with a car. He provided me with insurance. That's pretty much most married couples. Married, I know we weren't. But most couples that I know, I mean, the woman
I think
is.
you made it sound like it was more. Do you know what I mean? Not that
I
that's
think
on
so
you.
too. I think I came in hot at the beginning of Vanderpump, and I was trying to throw salt in wounds, and I was never able to recover from the comments I had made about flying private. Where my whole thing was like
PJs.
all of it.
Yeah.
Where my whole thing was I really giving BJs for private jets? No.
You know what my question
did everyone
back then was like,
What?
does she really like giving BJs?
I actually did like giving BJs for a long time.
That is crazy. That's a
Yeah.
whole other podcast episode. That's what I was thinking. I was like, fuck BJ's for something, but like BJ's in general, like she likes doing it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
See? That's crazy.
But I said things that were like I wanted to like poke.
And
you
and you're funny. So you were like making a joke, but that stuck,
Right.
you're saying. And then
It
people
stuck.
yeah.
I put myself in the box.
And you had that appointment at the hair salon, I remember. Was it with Stassi where you were like,
where I was talking about all of these things.
do you regret those things?
Of course I regret those
Really?
things. I don't want to say I regret them. I was young, and to look back, it's like I don't even recognize that person. But that person was also like 27.
Yeah.
I entered Vanderpump when I was 24.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a young person.
Very. But do you think there was part of you that was trying to
Shock,
but also say, this might look like a weird relationship and you might wonder what I find in him. Mm-hmm. But I'll have you think that he gets me these things and I like it.
I think at the beginning of our time together, I was being spoiled a lot. That was not how it was throughout our time together. And I always said, you know, if I ended up in a box tomorrow, I can't think of anybody else I'd rather live in a box with.
Really? That's how you felt?
That's how I felt. You know?
You really loved him.
I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's what is so hard to stomach for me is that, you know, even when we weren't connecting, I was so loyal and faithful. I was not sending inappropriate text messages. I was like in it. I went straight to him if I was ever feeling unhappy. I was willing to do couples therapy. I started going to therapy on my own. Like I was doing anything I possibly could to make sure that he and I would stand the test of time. And to feel like I was doing all of that really for nothing. I mean, Amanda, I look back on these years with him and I can't remember it.
You can't remember the good times?
I can't remember any of it.
What do you want to remember though?
I just think I've blocked it out.
But that's your brain and your body protecting you. Do you know what I mean?
It really is, and trauma can do that to someone. I know for me personally, it's hard for me to remember all the horrible bad shit I went through because I know I have blocked that trauma from my life. And when I talk to, say, like my mom, my grandmother, even my boyfriend who knew me in my past, for all those who don't know me, I met my boyfriend when I was dating my ex because he was actually friends with him. And when they bring up past trauma, something that I've been through, my mind and body will recall certain traumas, and it can be hard. But I also push myself to tell myself this is what I need to do to be where I am and to be the stronger person that I am. It's crazy things how our body and mind work and can do that with trauma. And I hope for those who are going through something similar that they can always remember, even if that trauma is hard to have to remember, that you got through it and you came out the other side and you're stronger. Let's keep listening.
That's how the mind works in crazy ways. That's legit. Like, you are protecting yourself from being more traumatized than you are.
Yeah.
So don't remember it. Don't try to remember it.
There was no resolve, you know?
Yeah.
He came home. I had seen the pictures. I kind of knew what I wanted to do. We didn't have a conversation about it. And I packed my stuff and I left. And there was no communication about anything. Even now.
It's through lawyers?
It's just it's about Ocean, and that is it.
So he's not trying to get back with you?
No.
Like Kanye?
No.
Really?
There's no communication at all.
Do you think it's like ego for him? Like he's angry?
I don't know what it is, because we're talking about someone who I don't know.
Like you feel like you don't even
I
know
don't know who he is at all.
So Lala,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is don't try to remember it. You don't need to journal about what the last 5 years were. You met someone, he was good to you at the time. You found shit out. We're happy that you found it out rather than you be in the dark for longer. Mm-hmm. You're young, you're beautiful. You have a beautiful baby that you want on this planet.
Mm-hmm. She's my everything.
Yeah. She's so fucking cute.
She's so cute.
She's so cute.
I know. She's crawling. She got her fangs in before her two middle teeth.
That usually doesn't happen.
It never happens. Her pediatrician was like, this is extremely rare.
Wait, how many months is she now?
She's 9 today.
She's 9 months today.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would be the person that was like taking a 9-month baby photo?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not. I look at all my friends and they're like, I'm 8 months today. And they've got the cute outfit and
in
the
basket.
blocks, or they're in the basket.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, oh shit, it's the 15th. She's another month today. Like, we'll just take a quick picture for me to remember it. But like, I don't do the whole Pinterest thing. But I'm a bad mom for that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I stopped after like 3 months, I think.
A lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and you take so many pictures of her anyway, and you'll see what month it is.
That's what I do.
You know what I mean? You're like, I can see what month it is. People do crazy shit. People do different themes for like each month too. Like today, I'm like, he's in a pizza box, and tomorrow he's into this, and
what?
Yeah, people do crazy fucking shit.
No, Ocean is very adamant about what she wants already, and if she's not vibing, she will let you know.
Yeah,
like if I put her in a pizza box, she would. Well, she could love it, but if she didn't, like, I would know.
Is she a calm baby or is she feisty?
What is she? She's calm, but if she's somewhere she doesn't want to be and she's bored,
she makes it hard.
Yes, you know, I can't just stick her somewhere and leave her. You know, like some of my friends have babies where like you can literally put them in their playpen and they're chilling for hours playing with their blocks. Ocean, no.
You have to entertain her.
Oh yeah.
Well, she gets it from her mama. I believe Ocean has such a cute, adorable personality, and you can tell she gets that from her mom. Ocean is going to be a star all on her own.
Yeah.
A lot of entertaining.
I know it. So do you think you want more kids, Lala?
I do.
Yeah?
Yes. I think I'll start, depending on what my life looks like next year. I think I'll start figuring out. I don't want another baby daddy. So that we know.
Yeah.
But I'll start figuring out options for me to have another baby.
I think you'll find someone and have like a family unit at some point. And if not, you'll have a backup.
I love a good backup.
I love my baby so much. I'm obsessed with him, but it's like, it's so crazy that I can't think about another baby. So when people are like, have a baby and they're immediately talking about another baby.
Yeah, how old is Noah?
He's a year and a half. But it's wild. Like, I don't have a moment.
I know.
I leave him for a second. He's like hanging by the curtain. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, you know, it's just crazy. And I'm like, another one? Do you know that my sister randomly like had sex with her husband, which is like very random. Like the one time a year and this happened. Got pregnant, goes to the doctor's appointment. They're like, there are 2 heartbeats.
No.
So that can happen randomly, which is to me is terrifying. Like, yeah, babies are blessings, but it's a lot, and it's a lot of work.
The morning comes very quickly. That is for sure. Like, I feel like I just put her to bed, and then I'm finally winding down.
Yeah.
And already it's like she's awake.
What time does she wake up? If you're going to say like 7:30, I'm going to kick you out of the studio, Lala.
No, she wakes up between 6 and 7.
Okay. And goes to sleep?
She goes to sleep around 8:30.
Oh, that's late. So you hang out with her till 8:30?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's late. And then when do you go to sleep?
Oh, I like to get in the bed by 9.
Yeah.
But then I watch all these fucking murder shows.
Why do you watch murder shows?
There's something about them that's really just, me and my mom dig murder mysteries.
Aww.
Not scary movies.
Yeah. Murder mysteries. Like real. You want the real killers.
Yes. I have to know. I'm like infatuated with it.
But you also watch like Housewives and shit, right?
Oh, don't even get me started. I'm watching OC right now.
What, so you're starting from the beginning?
Sure am.
Should I?
I think everyone should.
Do you know that people talk about you a lot as a great candidate for a housewife?
How do you feel about that? It depends on which one.
There are moments where I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like, I see it. I see what everyone's saying.
I think I could do Salt Lake.
Would you?
I would love to do Salt Lake.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You take me back to my roots.
True. But Beverly Hills would be too, like, weird?
Beverly Hills, I like it, but I just think the age is off.
I totally think Lala would be a perfect candidate. But that is a great question. Which franchise would be the best pick for Lala? I think she would be a good fit, like she said, with Salt Lake. And now that Jen Shaw is away for a while, there's a spot open from what I hear. I can totally see her friends, though, with Whitney and Heather. I think she would get along great with those women. I mean, other than that, I don't know. Maybe the Real Housewives of Orange County. I think Gina and Lala would be a really good fit together. And I love Gina. And actually, I was watching Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday, and they got Andy's drink mixed up with Megan's, who was a guest there. And it was a good thing because he didn't realize that Gina was sober and has been now for over a year and a half, she said. So I want to know what you all think. What Real Housewives franchise would Lala be great on? Let me know down below in the comments.
They did that with New York. That's, when like, well, not really, because she's a little older than you, Leah. But she came in and like no one believed that she was like hanging out with Luann.
Right.
Or like with Ramona. Luann is cooler, but like no one was like, oh, Leah and Ramona are going to go have a tea. Like, so that would be but that even you would be more than Leah because you kind of know those. You probably would say hi to those people if you saw them on the street.
I love Garcelle more than anything.
She's so beautiful.
She's so stunning.
Yeah.
And every time I see her, she is just like a bright light.
Aww.
Like she's a vibe. But you have to think about, do you have things in common with these people? And you just living in the same area is not like a common.
Yeah.
You know? If Teddy were on, that would be a different story too, because she has a young baby.
Right. Oh, you've thought about this, Lala Kent.
Obviously.
Yeah. Would you do
constantly looking at ways to elevate?
But is that like, would you be okay with leaving Vanderpump for that?
If they were to say to me, we would like to transition you into this, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about my future and what's going to get me to the next level so that I can, create something great for my kid.
Yeah. Does it scare you at all, though? Because you do post Ocean, which, like, I'm all for. I usually make fun of the emoji babies a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wait, what are emoji babies?
When people cover their kids' faces with emojis. What do you mean? Have you never seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it. I just like that you call it emoji babies.
Well, yeah, because it's like, why post the fucking picture then?
I know. I don't get that.
Then don't. Find a picture of you by yourself and just don't post the kid. But then it's like with this, and it's so ugly. Like, I don't care about grid and like how my grid looks, but I don't want a huge yellow emoji on my grid.
I don't
You're willing to show her on TV. Does that scare you? Do you have any fears about that? Or are you like...
Oh God, I've never thought about it.
I know, it's weird. I like posted my hotel the other day and someone was like, "Don't pass our thing," and I'm like, "Are they gonna wait outside for me, a la like John Lennon?"
It's such a crazy time. I mean,
but I'd rather not think that.
I know, I'd rather not think it
Because
too.
I told my husband, I was like, the only way they could kill me is not, they can't come into my room. They could like wait outside for me to leave.
Yeah,
but
you
like,
should just be careful.
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
What, with posting Ocean?
Well, Ocean's been posted.
No, listen.
That ship has sailed.
There are a lot of celebrities that are very like self-righteous and will say like, I want my kid to choose. You know, and you're like, are you going to wait for your kid to be like, I want to be posted on Instagram?
I think it would be different if I were like a Gigi Hadid,
yeah,
or an Angelina Jolie. I'm on a fucking reality
so see,
show
this
about
is why,
my life.
Okay, this is why I love you, because there are people, I can't think of an example now. You are very like, I know where I came from.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to pretend like you are famous. People do know you, but you're not going to like pretend like you're Gigi Hadid.
I'm not Gigi Hadid. I'm well known because I'm on a reality TV show called Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just call it what it is. I'm not known because I won a fucking Oscar or I'm walking for Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
You know, those people I think have the right to sit there and say, you know what? I wanted to be an actress. I like the art. Fame comes along with that. I don't want to show my kid.
Right.
I literally felt so compelled to be known, I guess, that I threw myself onto a reality show. Like, well, if I can't be an actress, I'm just going to be myself. Yeah. And hopefully people think I'm interesting enough.
And they did.
Well, luckily.
Yeah. But are you still trying acting stuff? Like, will you go to auditions?
I am. No, I audition all the time.
Really?
I do. I really enjoy it. You know?
Do you think it hurts to be in reality TV, like when they know you're on a show, or does it help sometimes?
I think both. I think it depends on the project.
Right.
I think if it's maybe like a smaller film, it's like this will bring notoriety to the film. I think if it's a more, you know, you have a very amazing cast, it's like we're really going to bring on the chick from Vanderpump Rules. Like, even if my audition tape is great, I'm in a box.
Yeah. Unless they don't know you.
Unless they don't know me. That's always...
wouldn't that be fun though if you're like, maybe they don't know Bravo.
That's always the best.
That's what you would hope for.
No idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you did a few roles.
I think Lala would be a great actress, and I think she is very talented, and anything she wants to do, she should put her mind to it. I think she has an incredible voice, and if she wanted to do more singing, I think she could do that as well. I hope that whatever she wants to do, she goes and does. And she has so much love and support behind her. I think she works well on reality TV because she has such a personality and she is just a ray of sunshine all by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're venturing out into new territory now, which I'm excited about.
What's a new territory?
Just auditioning for things that are not made by the person I used to be with.
Yeah.
You know? We won't even get into that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Lala, I love you so much.
Thank you.
I think you're an amazing person and mom.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck. And I really do believe that you got to just believe that shit. Like, you believe in God. Just believe shit happens for a reason. And you're going to power through this. You're going to come out stronger. And you're going to show your baby girl that mom can do everything. And she's going to give her the best life she could possibly give her.
I'm going to.
You are.
I had so much fun talking to you. Thank you for having me.
coming on. You're the best.
Anytime. You on mine next.
Okay.
Caleb.
Well, that's it for this podcast episode. Tell me what you think about it below. Do you like hearing some of these older podcasts? And would you want me to do more of these? I have a whole bunch that I have found, and I would love to share them with you guys. I am also starting a new series called What's Up with Vanderpump? And it will be a weekly show where I will be going over everything that has happened that week with the Vanderpump cast. Now, I do have like alerts saved for James and Lala and Ariana and Katie and all the Vanderpumpers on their Instagram so I can see when they go live. And like this week, here's just like a little sneak peek for you guys. I was able to catch a couple of James's lives where they were also filming season 11, but he was making a song up and it was absolutely amazing. It was something about her. And I also caught Brock live with Summer on, oh my god, it was the cutest thing ever. They were cooking together. So I cannot wait to bring that series to you guys so we can see what's up with Vanderpump. I'm also going to start putting other Bravo show podcasts and guests from Bravo shows on podcasts up here with my commentary for you guys. So stay tuned for a little bit of some Heather Dubrow from Orange County. I have some Beverly Hills podcasters. I have a whole bunch coming your way. So stay tuned. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like this video. That helps me so much and I can't thank you all enough for being here with me. And if you would like to become a member of my channel, you can now join the memberships. I will be trying to put up there, and I've also just started recording this for everybody as well, the Randall Scandal on Hulu. I'm going to be putting that up members only so we can go over it in different parts, but also discuss it together. So join the members and we will get that party started as well. Love you guys, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Bye, everyone.